So we're going to do an all elements pull for our full Sturgeon Moon that's coming up on Friday at 12:18 a.m. So I wrote down little things I need to put in for. I'm going to do the collective reading first, and then I'm going to go ahead and do each element. So the prompt for this, if you want to journal, is what deep buried truth or heavy emotional cycle have I been carrying through the summer? And what do I need to gracefully let go of so I can enter autumn lighter and stronger? So there's going to be a energy of deep emotional release, like buried feelings, ancient resilience, so like your grit and your personal growth, and trusting your inner wisdom as summer comes to a close. There's also a water release ritual. What you do is you write down your habits, fears, situations, or something that you're ready to release, and you burn it in entirety in a small bowl, like a safe bowl that you can burn something in. Then you're going to wash your way outside by pouring water over it on bare earth. So the earth is like neutralizing old energy. And then you're going to seal yourself with salt by taking a shower or a bath with Epsom salt or sea salt, kind of like to reset and clear. So then I have here the main energy is the end of an era through karmic surrender. So it's going to be like flow versus control. There might be sudden splits and pivots, amplified intuition and hidden truths, and active manifestation is pause. You know, because eclipses like block the light, right? So it's like this is at this time you're not supposed to manifest things, but more like you're releasing and just observing during this full Sturgeon Moon. All right, so let me get to it. We're going to do a collective pull. Because it's a full moon energy, we're going to use our Moonology deck for our oracle message, and then we're going to get into our Moon and Stars Tarot because it makes sense to me. So your Moonology message is a full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. And you know I love a good Taurus anything. So this is your full moon in Taurus. Sometimes you need to weave a bit of magic, and sometimes you need to be practical, and sometimes you need to find a combination of the two. This card suggests that this is where you are now. You need to use the laws of attraction to draw on what you want by imagining it, expecting it, welcoming it, but you need to balance that with the taking down to earth steps toward your goals. This ain't about wishing on the moon or hoping for the best. It's about making something else. Making something like a list of bullet points about how to achieve your dreams. If you're asking about money, this card heralds a change of financial fortunes depending on both your past actions and what you're expecting and therefore attracting. Attune to the moon. Write down 10 things that you know are wonderful about you. Other means could be laziness could explain your current situation. If so, change that and own it. Chasing money doesn't work. You need to chase a dream. Jealousy or envy create negative energy and attract negativity. More exercise is called for. Crazy because the pull I did today for just the regular oracle pull today, the soul journey card was about health and honoring your vessel. So got there and exercise. It says me also need to. I'm trying to commit to getting off work and going for a walk. You know, especially since it's getting cool now. Let's get outside and walk for maybe like 30 minutes an hour. Also, I'm going to get out of the house too. All right, so we're using our Moon and Stars Tarot deck. I thought I had the. I do, it's over there. All right, the main energy for the collective, for all signs, is going to be the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is anxiety. If there is something that's driving you a little bit crazy right now, this is a perfect time to like let that go. Especially during the full moon, right? So whatever's got you anxious, I need you to not be so, I guess, so hung up on it, because that was one of our what deep buried truth or heavy emotional cycle have been carrying through the summer, and what do I need to gracefully let go of so you can enter summer lighter? Anxiety. The next one that comes up is the Magician. It's going to take you to put everything that you are able to or capable of to actually let go of that anxiety. So that means you got to maybe meditate more, incorporate an exercise routine, something that gets you to not always have something on your mind that's stressing you out. Clarifying your Magician is temperance. Love that. So that is healing. And if ever, once you put into your new routine of how you're going to make yourself less anxious, that's going to also heal you within. Like, this is going to help you feel better emotionally, spiritually, physically, even. Like, it's going to help you. Anxiety is good sometimes, but it's not when you have like a lot, because keeping anxiety will drive you mad. Clarifying temperance, I have justice, which is true. I love that for you. It is when you are able to let go of that anxiety, and you can start building on what you want and desire. When you're chasing that dream, the moon says, then you're going to be able to see everything about you as a true representation of what you've always wanted to be, everything you've always wanted. Clarifying justice. Oh, two of them come out. 10 of Pentacles. Ain't that what you wanted? Some money, but you're not chasing money. You gotta chase a dream, make a list, build just that. And the one that came out with it is a Nine of Swords, which is in reverse. So your Nine of Swords is usually like stress and trauma, and like you're just always worried about something. To be in reverse, after you do that Magician and you have that new routine, something that makes you feel better about how you're moving throughout the day, Nine of Swords is gone. I love this in reverse. You start with the Eight of Swords as anxiety. We're ending with the Nine of Swords in reverse. Bottom of your deck is the Wheel of Fortune. I absolutely love that. So that is, I feel like everything comes back to you because you take the time to put your magician skills to work. You don't just sit there and you're not just stagnant. You see something that you want to change and you actually go for it. You do it. You make plans. This is a full moon in Taurus. As a Taurus, we're very detail oriented. We need to know what's going to happen. So we like to write shit down. We like to have an agenda. We need an itinerary. Like, what are we doing? So yes, your Wheel of Fortune is possible because you have taken the time to make sure that everything works out for you. So that is your karma. Is good fortune. Beautiful for you. Now, clarifying the Wheel of Fortune is Ten of Wands. Burden. I don't like how that feels after that, because after my Wheel of Fortune, the only burden you might have is now, when you have something and then people come out the woodwork, say, "Oh, hey cousin, hey friend, hey sis," I feel like that could be the burden, and don't let that bring you back to this Eight of Swords energy, being anxious, like you feel like you have to help people because now that you're in a better place, that you have to be like this Robin Hood and give them things that they don't have. They can do the same thing you've been doing. Don't let them put you back in that anxious energy. So this ten of wands is burden. I don't feel like it's something that has to happen. I feel like you have to recognize it when it starts to come in, and you can say no. No is a complete paragraph. It's a complete book. No, you don't have to help everybody just because they see you doing better. The justice is for you. The Wheel of Fortune is for you. The Ten of Pentacles is yours because you're putting in the work. The Magician didn't ask anybody for help, did it by themselves. You know what I mean? Even though the anxiety they have is probably caused by other people or other situations, excuse me, they put the work in by themselves. It was all for them. So when these ten of wands try to come in after you get your Wheel of Fortune, just say no. You're allowed to say no. That is your full moon energy for the all around collective. So it's not just for her, not just for an element, but for everyone as a collective. You're not into like the whole sign. So maybe you're like trying to figure out how your energy fits into each sign. This is your overall energy, right? Now we're going to go into the elements, and hopefully this doesn't do like it did last week when I tried to do all the signs. We'll see. Wish me luck. See you over there. Bye. This will be our full moon reading for my earth signs. So your questions are: what is grounding you right now? What solid foundation are you standing on? And what scarcity mindset are you holding on to? So we're going to use our Moonology Oracle deck for each sign. And then we'll pull out some tarot. All right, earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Last one, pull from the top. Is going to be, it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. I love that because this full moon is about releasing, right? So for us to have the first card that comes out, it's time to release negativity, and what scarcity mindset is holding you back. This is negativity. If you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you hear about the situation you're worrying about. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds as emotionally intense time where both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all of your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull the card. If that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life can improve now. If what? How do we go to that? Um, if you make effort, use your magic, you have all you need inside you to bring about your desired results. Attune to the moon, emote. It's all better out than in. Release the negativity. Other meanings could be it's time to move from living fearfully to living joyfully. You're right to have your suspicions. Grudges are toxic. Let something go. The end of an argument. So yeah, so whatever scarcity mindset you have right now is because of this negative, like this negative energy you're putting out there. Like you're believing you can't have something, you can't do something. Let that go. Especially during this full moon. I need you to release that. Mm-hmm. We're going to use our Moon and Stars Tarot. This was already up here. And this is for my earth signs. Overall energy comes to be the Page of Wands, invention. So maybe you're on this this journey to create something that you thought you couldn't have. I need you to invent a way that's going to make you feel like whatever you think you can't have or you can't do, you're going to need to invent a way to make that possible for yourself, because if you don't do it, who else is going to? So I need you to do that for yourself. Invent a way to make yourself feel like you're on the right path and everything is going to work out for you. If you think positive, you can create positive. So what are we standing on? I have your Two of Swords, which is a crossroads. I feel like you're indecisive about something. It's something that you want to make a decision about, but you're not very sure about it. You're like, I could, but What is it? The Five of Wands. There is chaos. There is something that is something is keeping you in a very negative mindset. Like you're just doubting all around that you're able to do whatever it is you want to. And I don't feel like there's anything external that's making the chaos. I feel like your negative and your disbelief in yourself is causing the chaos. You know what I mean? It's giving you that anxiety we had in the last poll, the overall energy. It's giving you anxiety to where you're just stuck at this indecision of how to create something better for yourself. After that is my Three of Swords. Don't let this be about no heartbreak. Don't let this be about a person. Don't let it. But I feel like it might be that somebody or something made you feel like maybe you went through a depressed energy where you just felt like because something ended, you couldn't go forward the way you wanted to. You couldn't do what you want but your Moonology card said it wasn't even argument. So that could be that argument was that this is it. That was done is done as a wrap. After that is a Chariot. I feel like this is what you want. You need to make progress. I need you to go ahead and once you get yourself out there, once you get this invention, this creative energy, get it out today. Once you get the creative energy out there, it's going to happen so fast for you because you're not stuck in that, oh, I can't, what was me energy. I mean, you're going to just get going. It's like, full blast. There's two tigers carrying her. That clarifying the Chariot is my Page of Cups. This is loyalty. I definitely need it to be that you're only worrying about yourself when it comes to moving forward. There should be no other consideration at this time except for what you want to do, of what you want to have into your life, of what you're trying to manifest. The only way you can do that is if you're loyal to yourself. And if you keep the positivity by letting go of the negativity, then you can actually have that. But you have to stay loyal to yourself. Do not let someone come in and tell you something different or try to put their little 2 cents into what you're doing, because it's not theirs to do. It's yours. Last one, completion. Love that for you. So once you are loyal to something, get that shit started, and it comes in real fast. That chariot, that world comes in to let you know, okay, you did it. Now you can either start over and either improve upon it, or start a new thing and improve on that. Like maybe you're just like baby steps. You got to start here, and then when that's complete, now we're on phase 2. When that's done, we're on phase 3. Bottom of the deck is your 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is delusion. For that to be delusion in here, I feel like the only thing that was delusional is the fact that you thought that you couldn't do it. The fact that you were keeping everything so, it was all mental for you. As an earth sign, we are very big thinkers. We are very, things have to make sense for us, right? So your delusion for me is that you thought that you couldn't do what you wanted to do. You thought that you didn't have these options. You didn't have choices. You didn't have the ability. You had this scarcity mindset that you couldn't have it. You have to let go of that negativity and act like you know exactly who you are. You know who you are, but you let something bring you to, I don't know, that scarcity mindset is crazy. But you allow that to get into your head, and you let it to be a part of your daily life to the point where you're just like you just were stuck in something instead of moving forward. Yeah. So even when you decided that you were going to start creating, you something got you stuck here, and it just caused that chaos, and that in itself could be a heartbreak for you. That could, because now you're just in this, oh, I can't do it, and I don't deserve this. But literally, the world came out like, yes, you can. You can complete whatever you want to do. Do not be delusional. It's all for you. Just go get it. And that's what we have for our earth signs for this full Sturgeon Moon coming up on Friday the 28th. Whoa, that's a big ass grasshopper. Whoa. Thought it was a cat on my balcony. I live on the second floor. That thing was humongous. Anyway, that's what I got for Earth. Yeah, moving on. Thank you for being here. And now we're going to our air signs. We're going to use our Moonology deck. That will be for every deck, every sign, every element, and then we're going to use our just a regular tarot, just with the keywords or whatever. Anyway, let's get your Moonology oracle message for air signs. Your questions are: what mental loops must you release, and what are you overthinking? We have the full moon in Capricorn. Love it. Everything's coming up full moon today. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Moon in Capricorn says, how hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. If you're wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. The end of a rough time is forecast. This card also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out all the stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless. With a love question, this card can be a call to face reality. Whatever situation you're asking about, making a plan will help. If your personal life is troubled, prioritize it more. Attune to the moon, release control, and trust the universe. Come on with the releasing. Additional meanings. A professional project may be ending now. Admit if you have been overly hard-headed or hard-nosed. Never heard that one. Find a balance between your personal and private lives. It's time to stop fearing the worst. What mental loops must you release, and what are you overthinking? It's time to stop fearing the worst. You're overthinking, overthinking. When literally it probably is something as simple as like, I'm just gonna quit this job. Um, if I want to stay in a relationship, I guess I'm gonna work on it. Don't make it as hard as you think it has to be, because it probably doesn't have to be. We're using our tarot deck for our air signs. This is the overall message for air. Don't fall out. The whole deck wants to. I have the King of Pentacles. Very nice. The King of Pentacles is wealth, business, leadership, security, protective, success, authority, abundance, prosperity, generosity, comfort, and discipline. I just feel like there's something that you're just overthinking the fact that you can't. Maybe you're worried if you quit a job, you might not have enough money to hold you over till you find another one. But also, if you make a plan about how you're going to, we're not doing that. Don't piss me off. If you make a plan of how you're going to, maybe you got to put some money to the side starting now so that you can have that when you decide it's time for you to leave. Or, like I said, when it came to your relationship, maybe take them out every once in a while and have dinner dates. Do more instead of the minimum. Do more. You had to put in some work. I love that. This is diligence, hard work, high standards, mastery, apprenticeship. You do more. What mental loops must you release? Rigid mindset, worry. What narrative you need to let go of? Yeah. Something that you feel has been fine. Something that you feel has been really, really tough is actually going to be coming to an end for you. It's not going to be, trouble doesn't last always, they say, So I feel like that's what this is about, your moon card. But you have to put in some work to do so. You can't just expect everything to come to you just because, you know what I mean? I feel like that's going to be an over energy for everybody, apparently. The cards that came out is Ace of Swords. Need you to accept your truth, so that you can have this mental clarity about how you want to break through when it comes to success. Even if that's just your job or your relationship, you have to be clear about what you want. What is the end goal, right? That's your end goal. Your 10 of Cups. You want to be complete happiness. You want divine love. You want the harmony. You also need like an inner happiness, because you can't make someone else happy if you're not happy. You know what I mean? Because misery loves company. Don't go mess with people who ain't got. If you want to love them because you love yourself, and you're gonna get the love that you have for yourself will kind of like overflow into them, and they'll feel the love, and they'll love themselves because they love themselves and love you back. It's like that's the 10 of Pentacles. That's the 10 of Cups for me. It's complete self-love so that you can give love, and that becomes a whole love. Then have your 7 of Pentacles. You get to watch everything that you put work into just become this great overgrowth. But because you set, and that's that word again, diligence on another card, you invested so much time and energy and belief into what it is you actually wanted to do to become this King of Pentacles, that to watch it grow brings you even more joy and more excitement into your life, because you're like, yeah, I'm doing it. Like the card said, get it out. The tough cycle comes to an end. There's a conclusion, and it's because you decided to put in the work. Your next card. That's what you wanted. That's what you want. You could just said that. You're overthinking love. Like you're probably think you gotta do so much, and you probably think you have to like shower someone with gold and money and gifts and just, I mean, they probably don't want all that. They just want you. They just want you to be happy with yourself so they can be happy with you. Clarifying your lovers is the Hermit. The Hermit is someone who seeks they seek knowledge of what and how to move forward with things. So that means that sometimes you have to leave something. If we're going back to the job situation, you got to leave something so that you can figure out what you want to do in your life for real. Like what would bring you to happiness, success? Like what passion do you have that you would have to leave something else to put more energy into what you really, really want to do? Like if you like building computers, then why are you over here working in Walmart helping people put carts in the bay? You know what I mean? Like why aren't you working towards getting your certificate or your degree to be like the next whoever does the Apple, Microsoft, them kind of people? Why not do that? Clarifying your Hermit is your Knight of Swords. Your Knight of Swords is ready to be on the way. This is nothing but action right here. So like I said, once you come out that hermit mode, when you decide that you're going to do something and you go full speed with it, it's going to be part of your 10 of Cups. This is going to be part of your truth. This is your clarity. This is your success. This is what you get to watch grow once you put yourself into that action mode, right? Instead of thinking that you can't. That hard work and that perseverance is only going to be possible once you put yourself into this energy. Get going. Bottom of the deck is justice. I love that for you. The justice is like you deserve it. Everything that you wanted, everything that you deserve it. That's all I'm gonna say. Justice is you deserve it. Clarifying your justice is the moon, was clarified by the tower, was clarified by the Five of Cups. There's somewhere in here that you're going to feel like something is not completely clear to you, and you might put yourself into, I don't know, a bad situation where something crumbles down, right? And then we're back in this energy of something just being like completely like there's something that spills over. I don't like that. There's something that you feel like you can't see, or something that happens that you did not see coming. And it's like this fear of how successful you can be. And that fear is going to make something fall down. I'm going to need you to stand tall on it. You're probably overthinking again. But I'm going to need you to go ahead and just forgive yourself for that. Come back to it and just start over if you have to. There's nothing wrong with starting over. Failure is not when something doesn't work, it's when you don't try. So even if when you try something and it starts to look out it's really good and you're like, yeah, this is it. I was always wanting to do this. And then something happens, it's supposed to, because it's a lesson. There's always a lesson in something that doesn't go as expected. And you have to find out what that is and start over, forgive yourself, and try again. If at first you don't succeed, rest in peace, Leo. All right, so that's what I have for air signs. Yeah. And now we're going to our fire signs for our full moon. This is about action and passion. Your fire signs, you are being asked, where do you need to reclaim your power? Where are you leaking vital energy or passion by seeking external approval? Fire signs. Your Moonology card. Came out, went back in. I have a new moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. All right, fire signs. So Aquarius is all about progress and modernity. So this is the time to move forward. The new moon in Aquarius card means no looking back. Change is on its way and it will come quickly. Whether you get the change you want depends both on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. This card comes with the suggestion that you may need to do things independently on your own, but be loving, not too pragmatic. Time may be of the essence when this card comes up. Aquarius energy has an electric feel to it. Certainly, there is a sense that you need to let go of the past and move towards your future as soon as possible. Attuned to the moon says explore the idea that it's not what you know, but whom you know. Additional meanings mean you need to be more detached from the situation. Thinking outside the box will bring the solution. More pragmatism. I never use that word. We'll never use it again. It's called for. Improve your karma by doing some charitable work. Okay. So no matter if you have to do something by yourself, do it with love, because you're going to be the only person that you can depend on when it comes to. So don't be too hard on yourself. But make sure that you're doing it in a way that's going to be beneficial to you, so that you can recognize your strength and your capability of being successful in what you want. Where do you need to reclaim your power? Your boundaries. Where are you leaking vital energy or passion by seeking external approval? Bring love into the situation. We are using our Modern Witch Tarot, which is what? Why are my cards? Try it again. What's happening? All right, fire signs. energy is going to be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Strength. You can be the strongest person on the block, but there's going to be a softness that's required for you to be successful in whatever you're trying to achieve. You know what I mean? So even if you are this big roaring lion, there's going to be a need for you to actually still be the beautiful woman who can tame that lion. You know what I mean? Clarifying the strength. Two came out. We have Eight of Pentacles and Two of Cups. Now, when it says bring love into the situation, if we're talking about working on a union with someone, then you have some work to do. And the fact that we have the Two of Cups and there's another lion is given that maybe you're someone who, even though you are very loving, you might come across the people as like not don't give a shit, but kind of like my way or no way. And we need you to get that. You need to not be that way. You know what I mean? I need you to, just if you're, no, not even that. Just being a fire sign. You are someone that when people are drawn to you, your energy spreads like fire. People are drawn to how passionate you are when it comes to things. So don't let you be passionate about a person because can't nobody tell you nothing about your person. You know what I mean? But you're also someone who doesn't put a lot of the, maybe the person that you're with requires a different kind of love. They need you to be a little bit softer with them and not always be so flame on all the time. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, sometimes people need you to be the water that she's standing in. Sometimes you need someone who can quell. Is that the right word? Is that the right? Look at me trying to put new words in my vocabulary. But you need someone who can quell like the fire that you have raging inside of you, and that's gonna need you to sit down, work on some shit, like figure out how you can make yourself not more lovable. I don't know. You just they're just not so hard. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. But you have to bring love into the situation. Your moon card says, and just the messenger. I know. It was that. Okay. What else we got for my fire signs? Well, if you don't want to come out, I'm gonna take it from the top. Fine with me. The magician. Beautiful. And you can do it. You can. You don't have to be a hard ass all the time. You can take everything that you know, you learn, everything you experience, and you can make it to where you are able to bring love into a situation. You don't have to be clarifying the magician. You can be the king of cups because you already have that energy in you. You already have that. You already have the love and the passion for things, and people know that. So when you give love, you are someone who is bringing love into the situation. This King of Cups energy is nothing but love and emotion. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like you're so used to being in that strength energy of having to maybe protect your heart because maybe somebody broke or somebody did something that's really shitty to you, to where you don't know how to trust love, right? But if you take the time to put your magic into it, you can be in that King of Cups energy, someone who can be seen as the most loving and not softest. I know not we're not saying soft like, but soft like your heart. You have this passion, this emotion for someone. They can feel it because you're not that you change, but you're doing something different when it comes to emotions. You know what I mean? You're not scared to let somebody drown in your love. One more. Oh, I dropped one. Take it. Three of Pentacles. So that means you might have to take a course, take a class, work with somebody who can make you successful. That you could maybe see a therapist, a psychiatrist, maybe talk to a good friend who will listen to you. And this is going to bring the success. Let me cover her up because you know how people act like this card is offensive because it's a woman that's naked with her humanly form. Anyway, so you work with someone that, or talk to someone who can show you certain things and how to be successful in your new way of showing emotions and love. And you know what I mean? Like you just need someone to who won't be so biased, and who can tell you about yourself and how they see you towards someone that you say you love. Maybe like, hey, maybe you don't see them the way they want you to see them. So maybe your assignment is we're gonna draw the person that you love, and I want to see how you draw them. How do you picture them? And then when you draw this person, how does that make you feel? Like, why did you draw them that way? Maybe you make them into a queen or a king. You know what I mean? It's just the way you get to express how you see them and how you feel, and they get to analyze. If you're seeing a therapist or a shrink, they get to analyze how you, what you how what this where this came from, where you thought you had always been in this energy, and why you weren't always just someone who could be full of this kind of energy. Bottom of the deck is your Eight of Cups. You have walked away from a lot of situations, um, and I won't say that you did it, but you always try to do it. So when you had to leave, you didn't knock over anybody's cup. You left quietly. You packed up middle of the night and you said, "Yeah, I can't do this." And that's probably put you in that strength energy, because you were there with probably 8 situations where you've had your heart broken, and instead of just fighting it, you left it. But then leaving it did not bring any accountability, because you just left out. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't say, "Well, let's talk about it. Let's let's communicate better. Let me apologize and let me try something different. Let me see how I can work on it." You just decided to leave. So now that you want to be this strong, beautiful energy and connect with someone, you gotta put in the work. That's it. That's all. That's all I got, fire. Last but not least, we're gonna move on to our water signs. Do our Moonology Oracle deck. Then I can put all of this together and post them onto YouTube. All right, let's see. Moonology Oracle message for water signs. Expect powerful change. I love that for you, water. I find that, and I also love that because there's a partial lunar eclipse in Pisces on Friday with our full moon. Come on. All right, so for this to be a new moon eclipse, expect powerful change. If you want affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and get the desired outcome in the situation you're asking about, then this is it. This is a card of beginnings, and there are powerful energies at work. But be prepared. It could be quite a ride, and events now could even be jarring, and uncomfortable. However, any new directions you take will almost always lead somewhere better than where you are at the moment. Whatever is happening now is happening for a reason. You'll appreciate later on. A new portal is opening up, and all you have to do is have the courage to forget about the past and move through it. Love that. You're being put back on the right path. There is nothing to fear. Attuned to the moon, never mind the past. Life evolves every single day. And I love that, because think about water. Water is if you think about water like in the ocean, how it's just always a constant movement. It's you're never gonna get the same drop, no matter how many times you try to pick up a cup of water out of the ocean. Anyway, I don't know. Additional meanings says yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. You're being shunted towards your life purpose. Whatever is happening now is happening for your highest good. This is an important turning point in your life. Hey, little mom. So whatever you feel you're going through, and something is like, why is this happening? What is this about? It's for your own good. It is. Better take that. And I'm going to take that because my rising is a Pisces. So give me some of that water energy, please. We're going to use our alien tarot. And your questions are: what is stirring in your emotional depths? Hidden feelings, relationship patterns, how to stop escaping your deepest feelings and let them wash through you. This little moth, this card we have is the Emperor. Clarifying the Emperor is the Magician. Clarifying the Magician is the Ten of Wands. All right, y'all. So the Emperor we know is someone who is successful, who is pretty much magical. When the Emperor is around, people pay attention. You know what I mean? Like, the Emperor is someone who is very attractive when it comes to abundance, friendships, people, relationships. Like, people are like kind of drawn to them because they have this energy here. This is all the kings. All the kings is the Emperor, but also the Magician. The magician is someone who makes shit happen. This emperor is always making shit happen. You can't become the emperor without doing all the shit. You know what I mean? You have to. And there might have been a time, or there is a time right now, that you feel like everything is on your back and you're just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. I don't know why things are happening. Like, why does everything feel so stressful? Why can't I get this right? Why is that going wrong? Why? You know what I mean? You're just going, I feel you, friend. Sometimes it's just like, what the? But you have to put yourself back into that energy of your emperor status, because that's who you are, and know that with this Ten of Wands energy, with so many things happening, it's because big things are coming for you. And for big things to come for you, we got to get rid of the little problems that keep nagging at you. And I feel like Ten of Wands is little nags. Like, maybe your car ain't working, maybe you didn't get paid this week, or maybe your bills are too high and you can't pay for it. Maybe, it's just little shit. Let's get rid of the little 10 wands so we can get back into this emperor and magician shit, because we have things that are coming for you that have to be taken care of. And only for that to be, the only way we're going to get through that is if we get rid of these wands that keep nagging at your energy. Then it becomes the 10 of cups. So once we get rid of these 10 of wands, your 10 of cups come in, and that's where you have this emotional fulfillment. Like, you are not even the wishes is granted, everything that you desire and want, the biggest change of your life comes in, and you get to sit peacefully. And this dude looks like an octopus. It's an alien, but he's like an octopus. And have y'all seen The Last House? Anyway, so yeah. So even if you want to clarify that with some water energy, we have an octopus who just has the 10 of cups, and everything that he wanted is here. You got roses. You got the what's that, Saturn? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is, and for it to be Emperor to come out as the very first card. I feel like you might have been in a funk about something going wrong, only for you to realize that you're the magician and you can make shit happen, and shit actually goes the way it's supposed to, because it's supposed to. You just had to be patient. You had to give yourself grace. You had to remember who the hell you are. And you said, I'm gonna calm down for a minute, just take a breath. I can deal with these little bothers for a minute. I can deal with it. I'm gonna just sit back, remember who I am, get back into my magician energy, so I can make everything work. And then it does. When you keep that patience, and it's like the trumpets call for you. Like, okay, we saw, we saw that you were very patient. You did what you're supposed to do. You didn't freak out. You didn't cause this, like, you didn't cause a rift. You didn't do this extra shit because you weren't getting your way. And with that temperance, your high priestess, you already knew that it was going to work out. You were just ready for it to just get over with. You wanted everything that was going bad to just stop so that you can get back to your emperor status. You were like, this is very inconvenient. I want it to be done, but you kept that patience. Clarifying your high priestess is your Knight of Pentacles. Sometimes your Knight of Pentacles represents the fact that you're not supposed to move right now. You're supposed to stay still. So that means you have to save up to get something that was causing an issue for you. Or you had to, instead of moving, you had to sit still to observe and see what was going on, so you can make a better plan going forth to whatever you're going towards, whatever you're hoping for. You had to just sit for a minute on your horse and not charge yet, because we know you're going to get there, but don't charge yet. Just, right? Let's do one more, then we'll get our bottom of the deck final message. Thank you. Just Seven of Swords, because you were always protected. You were always, the universe is always looking out for you. Nothing could really get to you without getting through these swords. You know what I mean? So your Seven of Swords for me here is like, that is a protective barrier. Anyone who tried to come to you, or anything that tried to come to you and make you completely give up, would themselves cause their own harm. Because if you try to get past all these swords, you're definitely gonna get cut one way. Even you got to move the sword out the way, you're gonna cut your hand. And don't make me pick up one of these swords. I have to fight you, because then somebody got to go. Bottom of the deck is your Five of Pentacles. Yeah, there was a moment, there was a time when you were feeling like you were just left out of the blessings, and you didn't understand why the Ten of Wands had to be so dramatic for you to get your Ten of Cups, to get you back to your Emperor So you were feeling like maybe you almost gave up a little bit, like, you know what, whatever happens, happens. And just when that very last wand came in, something brought in the ten of, I mean, we skipped all the other cups. We went from the straight to the ten of cups. So after that 10th wand was taken care of, your 10 cups came in. And that is your reward for being patient and allowing the universe, for you being patient and allowing the universe to do her job, for her to watch you and see how you hold up in the, I won't say dire, but one of the, like, you're like a very bad situation. They want to see how you held up with it so they can bless you. So even when you felt like you weren't being protected and you felt like everything just going so completely wrong, they was watching you. And the moment you sat like this and waited and you said, I'm trusting it, they give you what you want. And now you back on your emperor shit. Come on, water. All right, y'all. That's all I got. That's everybody. That's way less stressful than doing all 12 signs. I love doing all 12 signs because it's like I get to individually find the messages, but sometimes doing all 12 signs, this 10 minutes at a time, that's 2 hours of my life. And then it takes you 2 hours to get it uploaded to YouTube. You doing, you know, we made it. We made it to another full moon reading. All right. Thank you for being here. Every single one of you, fire, earth, water, air, know that you are loved. Bye.